Hey everyone, Clayton speaking. You'll have to forgive my voice. I've got the flu pretty bad again, so there may be some coughing and sniffling and grunting during this video. So here it is, guys. This is the final video for this Mantark on jet bike. He's all finished. Um, I've done the fusion gun underneath. I've just done it in a pretty simple black sort of a colour with the purple edge highlighting. And the gold to match the shuriken catapults. Just a little bit of burnt effect on there and some simple highlights. So, because you're not going to see it a great deal anyway, so I didn't want to punch the highlights too much because there's going to be shadow cast on it. So, and there's the biomech, my ode to H.R. Geiger, if you will, who sadly passed away 2 days ago, which pretty much broke my fucking heart, to be honest. You guys have probably realised by now that H.R. Geiger has been a massive inspiration to me through my art, so I was kind of hoping to one day, like in the next 5 or so years, to meet him and show him a bit of the shit that I painted, and that was a plan of mine, but that's all sort of been ripped away now, unfortunately, for a silly bugger falling down some steps, so yeah, but anyway, press on. All of the fine detail is done. The lance is now done. You can see I did this crisscross stripe pattern. I didn't make it symmetrical on purpose. I just wanted to give it more of that really Harlequin style look. This flag actually is from a deep purple, and it goes through orange, some shades of yellow, and then out to white. So that was a pretty cool effect. On this arm in particular, I've actually used some blues on there, which pays homage to the shining spears. I think you guys know that, like, the details that I've put into this, every weapon will have a color associated to it that pays homage to to the particular aspects that he's taken the weapons from. So shoulder pads all done, navigation screen's done, all the little gemstones are done, OSL, the flags, all of his flags are done, engine work. Brighten up, you sack. There we go. So the engine work's done. Yeah, the striping underneath. Nick, I've painted those magnets under there for you, mate. So I'm kind of hoping I'm gonna have to pack this up like, I don't know what. It'll be sealed up like Fort Knox, this bloody thing, because I don't want any of it to chip. I have put varnishes on it, but I don't want to sort of keep putting varnishes over the top because it'll end up like, I don't know, way too shiny. Facial tattoo was done. His eyes are blue. He's got some cranky looking teeth and shit in there. And again, I didn't push the highlights out too much on this holster because, if you remember, I was talking about the source of light coming from that way. So all of these bits through here are not highlighted, not bunchy. I mean, the seat I did because it's one of those things that will pick up highlights, but when you got the shield, like the shadow from the shield and things like that, you're not going to get real punchy on the highlights on that holster. So the hair is actually brighter on that side than this side. Just, dumbass little details like that I like to do. I think I showed everyone this dragon, so hopefully you can see it in there. There's the craft world in the background there, burning, all the flames coming up, and the dragon spitting flames out there, so he's having a ball. Yeah, so that's it, guys. That's the finished Mantark. See if I can flip him over carefully. Yeah, so that's the finished Mantark on jet bike. So yeah, like I said, or I don't know whether I said it or not, but he'll be packed up on Friday and sent off, and I will never see him in the flesh again, which is a shame because I've grown really attached to this guy. I've had an absolute ball painting it, but I'm so happy Nick's getting it. I think like I said, the first couple of videos, all the things that he's done for me, like setting me up on YouTube and Oh, that was inevitable. Yeah, everything like that. So it was just an absolute pleasure to paint this up. So yeah, that is part 1 of Crypteks challenge. Oh, that was chunky. Done and dusted. Part number 2. So this is the second bit. This is the Farseer conversion. I've been sort of secretly working on this to the side, because there was no way this guy was going to steal the thunder from that friggin' jet bike I was doing. So started just mapping in the ghost face on the blade. That'll all be blended in, obviously. What else have I done on him? Oh, I've done a bit of the hands, like you can see the shading I've done in the hands, just to separate the fingers and shit like that. All the way up and through here as well. I'm not going to bore you with the amount of colours that I used to go through that. If anyone wants to know, I'll PM, you can PM me or friggin' whatever. Just started punching in the shadows underneath the belt and the pouches, and working on making these browns and bones a kind of an iridescent colour, like mixes them with glosses and shit. Again, I'm not going to bore you with the details because it's just something that I play around with. I'm certainly not going to suggest anyone else have a go at it just yet, because I haven't really nutted it out yet. So once I get it nutted out and anyone wants to know how to do it, then I'll be more than happy to give you some tips or whatever, if you want or if you care, whatever. Yeah, so all the highlights on the cloak are done. I don't even think I'm going to bother doing any freehand on this. I think the highlights sort of speak for themselves. The helmet's pretty good. I like the helmet the way it is. I just noticed there's a friggin' great mold line on here because it's resin, so it's shit. Yeah, and then I'm going to remember you guys. I'll show you anyway if you don't, but that's the little dragon head that Jason sent me, Jason Pryor. It had all that feathery shit on the back. I've cut all that off. It's going to be large, but you know, I reckon it's going to look cool. I'll do sort of like a flame, this sort of lava deal be coming out of his hand and attached to this, and this will all be ugh. Shit, that was so chunky you could carve it. This will all be lava, sort of like that base there with the yellows and the reds, oranges, and the blacks, like the extreme edges. I'll be doing opposite colours on this. So you know how you normally you go shading to highlighting from creases. Yeah, well, I'm doing it backwards. So I'm actually going to be doing the dark colours on the extreme edges, and then working it back into into the lightest colours in the creases, and that way it's gonna give me a glowing effect. I mean, that's the way you paint lava anyway. You'll see from here the extreme edges are black, and then in the creases you actually do it yellow and oranges. And then yeah, you bring your dark colours forward. It's absolutely completely reversed to highlighting a cloak or a helmet or anything, but I'm sure you already know that. So there you go. That'll be part 2. And I think that'll do me for Crypteks challenge. I think after doing that jet bike, and hopefully by the time I finish this, I'll be just about screwed for this month. I'll be all hobbied out and won't want to paint ever again. Yeah, so that's it, guys. Cheers for watching, and normal YouTubery things. Like, subscribe, comment, yell at me, throw money, whatever. Cheers, later.